Corporate Governance Unit at the School of Business. Thank you for joining us today in our webinar, Navigating Life in the New Normal, which is our last webinar in our webinar series, Empowering Women in Egypt and Africa. This webinar is conducted under the auspices of the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development and in collaboration with the Women on Boards Observatory and the National Institute of Governance and Sustainable Development for the African Leadership Program Network. The network that includes 94 women across the African continent, 94 women from 35 countries across the African continent. The webinar will bring in-depth sense of self-consciousness that will allow you to reconstruct your beliefs and values in a way that you can face a new found serenity and inner strength leadership in COVID-19. In addition to exploring your fears, challenges, you will go through a process that will take you through that will fit into the new world. For a smooth streamlining experience, we will be keeping the voice mute on our end, and please turn your cameras off. During the webinar, if you have any questions, either raise your hand and we will unmute you or send your questions in the chat and we will do our best to address them all. Now, I would like to welcome our speaker, Nabou. She is the CEO of Physio and international public speaker, a trainer, a writer, a certified executive leadership coach, and an emotional intelligence and DISC practitioner with 30 years experience in management and leadership. She has worked in several African countries. She's highly involved in the empowerment of women in Africa through various initiatives. She teaches leadership, personal development, cross-cultural management and communication, as well as transformational in various countries. She is a published novelist, a renowned women's rights activist, and believes strongly empowered women empower the world. As a serial entrepreneur, she's involved in projects for financing women entrepreneurs, building women capacities, and different partners. Now I would leave the floor to Nabou to start her presentation.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much, Sally. Good afternoon, ladies. Good afternoon, gentlemen, if we have some gentlemen. And I hope you are ready for the travel, because it's going to be quite a trip. First of all, I welcome you here with us, and I'm talking to you straight. I'm in Bamako, Mali, and please feel free to type in the chat where you are following us from. The chat is open, and I'm going to ask you a question. And can you please raise your hand virtually with? You can raise your hand with Zoom and. Tell me if you want to know how to go through the new world that we're in a positive way, and say yes with me on a virtual way. Yes. What we have been through this year is not easy. Personally, I was a bit confused. I was a bit lost the first week when I came back home, and I realized that COVID was really becoming something very serious. And like everyone else, I really thought that it should pass, and within a week or two, our lives would go back to normal. Surprisingly, like you, certainly, it was not as I expected it to be. It was totally different. We had to be at home, locked and stuck with our children, with our families, working from home, which is something new. And it has disrupted our way of lives. Oh, I have 2 hands risen, right? 3 hands. Thank you. Thank you, Mama Tebele. Thank you to all those who rose their hands. Magda, thank you so much for raising your hands. It's not easy. I was wondering, what is my life going to be like? I was even thinking that maybe we're going to the end of the world. I'm sure that many of you have felt like I did, and maybe still feel that same way. For 1 week, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I was a bit depressed. I was worried. I was wondering what is going to happen. Will I ever see my family who is around the world in other countries? Will I ever see them again? I was really stressed. But you know what? We're resilient human beings. We're adapt. And I'm going to share with you today what is my process, what process I use to go through that distress, that stress, that disruption that has really affected my emotions. Oh, Okay. What we went through, I'm going to use the awakening, the Kensho and Satori, which is a Japanese concept. Kensho is your real essence, who you are really deep down yourself. This period has taught me to go back inside myself because it's not as I had a choice. You know, we are taken into that life that is very busy, where we have so many things to do. We are so overwhelmed with occupations, we have meetings, we have work to do, we have family to take care of. And we don't take that time to just sit and reflect about ourselves. So it took me that COVID time, that post time, that in the end showed up to be something quite positive in my life, to go back to who I am really. What is my real essence? My Kensho. Who am I as a person? And the Satori, the Kensho and Satori, the understanding of who I am, the understanding of myself, on my essence. All that Kensho plus Satori means the essence, the awakening. This period has awakened me to be a new person. And to implement that change, that transformation, it has allowed me to reset my power. What do I call reset? You know, when you turn a phone off, you can reset your phone and reset, put new applications, put new things, reset your address book. It's a total reset. And I believe that we have two options right here. We either we see everything, we focus on the threats, or we focus on the opportunities. Which choices do you make? Which choices do I make in front of the pressure, the loss of bearings? Because I can tell you that I didn't know when the night was the night, when it was daytime. I was spending my time in pajamas, and I'm sure that many of you relate. You would wear pajamas in the middle of the day because you will be on calls. By the time you think that you're going to have some minute to take your shower and get dressed, there's another call coming on, another call, and then it's the end of the day. You have to cook. You're not used to. We're not used to being a family, as in spending all the day together 7 days a week. Everybody has his own life, and we as leaders, we had our own occupations, and we had to combine our occupations as mothers, women, wives, and our occupations as professionals, leaders, and managers. So it was not easy. The new world and its realities has faced me, has made two things, has put two things in front of me, sorry, the threats and the opportunities. The threats, I decided to watch the threats, acknowledge them, know that they are there because it's very important, and do what I could to control, do what I can do to control the threats, meaning wearing my mask, staying at home, doing my job from a distance. And I saw as a smile, as a sun, some opportunities rising. Going to take the example. In many African countries, some designers starting to design masks that they were giving for free and then that they started selling. It's true that many of us have lost their part of their revenues, if not all their revenues. The economies are affected. Our lifestyle had to change. But we have to know that life is ahead of us. So what do I do in facing those traits? How do I balance with knowing the opportunities that the new world is bringing towards me? We know that health business is going to grow. How do we take care of ourselves? The digital economy, how can I leverage the digital in order to reinvent my business, reshape the way I work, create a new business maybe? Many people have created businesses during that COVID. How do I implement my lifestyle change? Reinforce my immune system, make sure that I wash my hands, that I disinfect my hands, that I wear a mask regularly. All this has brought a disruption in our lives. And at first, like everyone else, I was worried. I was threatened. I was stressed. And every day I would go through my phone looking for the COVID number of COVID death, number of COVID per country. Never. And my son would tell me, but Mom, you're so stressed. Why don't you stop with that COVID drama? But I mean, I'm sure that all of us went through that time. And at some point, I realized that COVID is here. This is what is happening. How am I going to organize my life in order to see the opportunities that I can grab in that season? Opportunities to rebuild myself as a person, to have a better knowledge of myself, to reshape my purpose, and to face the pressure. There's a poll right now. I'm going to ask you, all of you, how did you choose to see the situation? Was it a threat, an opportunity, or were you just neutral? Please share with me, was it a threat for you, an opportunity, or neutral? Wow. Amazing. I'm 43% for opportunity, 30% neutral, 29%. 29% neutral. So the majority of you sees it as an opportunity, 44% as an opportunity. That's very important. A threat, of course, because many of us, I personally lost a lot of revenues. I give conferences throughout the world. I get paid for that. I could not travel, so I was completely desperate. I was like, how am I going to survive? But I knew that I had to make that change. I knew that I had to make that shift. I knew that I had to adapt to that new reality. 41% of you saw it as an opportunity. Thank you so much for answering. The way you see the things will change the way you feel. I think we're human beings, and in hardship, we find most of the time opportunities to rise up, to reinvent ourselves, to disrupt and rediscover who we are, redefine our purpose in order to create new opportunities for ourselves. So well done for those who found opportunities. Well done for those who were facing a threat, because we all face the threats. Those who are neutral, I commend you because you're really strong. I was so lost. But I'm going to share that quote with you. Anything which is troubling you, anything which is irritating you, that is your teacher. We have learned from that change. The new way of communicating with friends, a new way of being with people, a new way of, I've had my birthday party online on Zoom on March 30th, the new way of having birthday parties. I've even attended online weddings. So something happened, something different happened, and I had to embrace it. And we all have to make sure that when we go through that process, we have to make sure that we embrace that change in order to make it part and to own it as a person. We are like the caterpillar. That period turned us from a caterpillar to beautiful, brightening butterflies. The butterfly, the caterpillar, it presses before it becomes a butterfly. It goes through a process that is not easy. And this is the process that we have been through and that we are still going on through, because in many countries, we have a second wave of coronavirus. Currently, I'm talking to you from Mali. I live in Côte d'Ivoire. In Mali, all the restaurants are closed for all that period. Everybody has to stay home, not really, but can you imagine what it does to a business owner into a food business, a restaurant? At the end of the year, that's where they do their biggest revenues. So they have to reinvent themselves, make sure that they have offers for deliveries, etc. So it is a period. I'm not going to talk in the past because it is happening now. It is a period where we have really transformed, we have learned, and we have transformed ourselves as leaders and as people. That is the transformation, the T of the transformation. The transformation, for me, I became more aware of who I am, more aware of my resilience, more aware of what I can go through, more aware of the changes. And I took time, I spent more time with my children. I rediscovered my children. Imagine adult children at home with me. Rediscovered what mattered with me for me really, because last year I was constantly in the plane and it allowed me to rest. And I was depressed at first, but then I realized that it was a blessing in disguise. And I discovered that as leader, as a manager, as a leader of a company, the CEO of a company, I've learned a new leadership. I learned that new values that I already carried had to be implemented and being put up to use in order to manage my staff and my team and my partners and my colleagues. And those values are authenticity, be myself at any time. If I'm afraid, I was sharing that I'm afraid. If I'm stressed, I would tell them that I'm stressed. I will not pretend that I have it all together gathered. No, because I'm just a human being, I'm just a person. And as they feel threatened, I also felt threatened. So I was more authentic. I rediscovered my sense of authenticity. Patience, very important, because not everybody was going through the situation in the same way as I was. Some people were more stressed, some people were more calm, like we saw, neutral, your opportunity, threats. Some people see it as a threat, so we had to address that with our colleagues, discuss with them, and be very patient. Generosity, it's a time of sharing, of listening, of giving. This is really the time when humanity all together has been facing the exact same problems, the exact same threat. And we knew that we had to cater and share what we had with others around us. Humility, many of us have lost people during that period. I'm in Mali, and here I can tell you, people are dying every day from COVID. It's very painful. Every time someone tells you, I lost my father, I lost my mother, it brings more compassion, more humility, because you know that at the end, we're all going to die, sure, but this COVID is really difficult emotionally for many people. Courage, because we have to stand up tall as leaders, stand up tall as mothers, stand up tall as family, stand up tall as stakeholders in companies, and show example and lead by example and lead by purpose. Trust, we need to trust each other. You know, trust is make sure that you respect the barriers, you respect washing your hands, you wear your mask when you go and see someone, you don't expose people, and people, you should not be around people who expose you. Agility, anything you have to adapt at any minute. I was not giving trainings online. Believe me, I was traveling, giving face-to-face trainings, and I realized that I was always delaying the day when I would be giving training online. No, I have time. It's not urgent, I can still travel. But I had no choice, but like the butterfly, like the caterpillar, the pressure was so much that I became a butterfly. And I exercised agility and put all my programs online with my clients, coaching online, doing everything online with people throughout the world. And it has been so beautiful experience. I met so many amazing people that attended my trainings. I was so enriched by the various cultures, the various people, the various experiences. And humanity, we have learned to be more human. We realized that we thought we were Wonder Women. I thought I was Wonder Woman, that I could do anything, that I could travel, come back. And I just found myself in pajamas with my children, cooking lunch, cooking dinner, taking care of the home, becoming a normal person. Okay, I'm a normal person, but you understand what I mean? Becoming a person that just had a normal routine, morning, day, night, but staying at home, going for walks. That was our only outing allowed. So this period has taught us a new leadership and instilled new values in us. And I'm going to ask you to share in the chat your 3 leadership values. Share with me in the chat your 3 leadership values. The values are here. And I'm going to read in the meanwhile. Oh, Russia neutral. Okay. Magda, yes. London, Risol is in London. Mona Shafei from Cairo. Okay. Can you share with me your 3 leadership values, please? We have a few minutes for that. We have 2-3 minutes where you can write the leadership values are on the wall. And Magda is in Hurghada. Mona, humanity, courage, and strength. Trust. Thank you so much, Mona. Humanity, courage, and trust. Wow. Thank you, Mona. Another thing that I wanted to say that this webinar is not going to be just me talking. At some point, I will ask you first to share in the chat, but also there will be some people who will contribute. I really want it to be very interactive and very sharing together because it's not about me, it's about us together. Patience, trust, and humanity. Salamatu Umaru. Risol, courage, humility, and trust. Heba, authenticity, agility, patience. Beautiful. Wow. Thank you so much. Rasha, generosity, patience, and courage. Elizabeth Owino, authenticity, patience, and courage. Thank you so much, ladies, for sharing. That's amazing. Wow, wow. Nice. Okay, you can go on writing in the chat your values. I'm going to read again. Magda, generosity, trust, humanity, courage. Thank you, Magda. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing your 3 leadership values. Why did I ask you to share with me your 3 leadership values? Because these are the 4 kinds of leaderships that we have been through, that we were forced to adopt during that period. Sometimes one or the other, sometimes the 4 of them, sometimes only one, sometimes 2 of them. Transformational leadership, compassionate leadership, authentic leadership, and community leadership. Transformational leadership is the leadership that brings you into transforming around you, impacting in such a way that you transform yourself and transform others. Compassionate leadership is the leadership that you exercise with compassion, having empathy and compassion towards others. Compassionate leadership is the leadership that sees others as yourself. Authentic leadership is the leadership that exudes all who you are as a person, being really you from A to Z in exercises your leadership. Being, as women, sometimes we're asked to behave like men, to behave in a certain way, when we can just be leaders and being ourselves. Community leadership is the leadership that many of our head of states had to adopt. Involve the community in the way you exercise your leadership, because it's a community issue that we have been through and that we are still going through. So where do you fit in those 4 types of leadership? What is your leadership style? I know that you can be mainly one and then the other, but there's a new poll, please. The poll is going to come out and you're going to choose your main leadership style. What is your leadership style? Authentic, community. Yes, community, authentic, compassionate, transformational, community, transformational, compassionate, authentic. Only 59% have voted. We have 13 people who have not voted. 14, it's almost complete. Transformational is back to back with community. Transformational, we have 7 people who have not voted. Community takes the lead. 7 people have not voted. Only 68%. Okay, I don't know who. If you have not voted, please could you vote if possible? Okay, the vote is over. 16 have voted. So the majority of us are community leaders, of course, because as women, we are mainly community leaders. We manage the family, which is a community. We manage our companies in a very sharing way, in a very generous way, in a very empathic way, but transformational because we transform around us and authentic. Wow, thank you so much. So the majority is community leadership. Thank you so much for sharing. Who is this woman? Can I have the answers in the chat, please? Who is she? Do you know her? Who is this woman? Anyone in the chat can say who she is? Yes, Mona. Well done, Magda. Very good. Very, very good. Can someone take the mic and maybe can someone share with us something about her? Is someone ready to share in a few seconds something about that woman? What kind of values that she inspires? Is someone ready to talk? Yes, Magda. Magda. Okay, I'm reactivating. Yes, Magda, you can talk.
Hi.
Hello, Magda.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm reading a lot about this lady. She's one of the remarkable women in the world that she's could control COVID-19 in her country, and she's reach with her country in very good ranks during her ruling time. She's making a lot of progressing in a lot of aspects in her country, and she was like an open, and she was talking with her uh, people obviously, and she's very powerful woman in the New Zealand time ever. And one of remarkable situation that she's dead when that Muslim people killed in a mosque. She's said that we never say about the name of the guy. We said someone is killed, and she's like wear the hijab and like take the community in one hand against these tourism time. She's so amazing and passionate woman. I respect her a lot and reading a lot about her. She's so great one.
Thank you so much, Magda. I feel like you about her. She's an amazing woman, and I think she's a very good example of compassionate leadership and community leadership. Thank you so much, Magda, for sharing with us. And this is what we are going to be doing. And I think Magda has already shared with us some of her leadership values. The community is very important. And she has shown during the COVID, she was really authentic and close to her people. She has really prevented a big crisis of COVID in New Zealand because of who she is, because of behavior, because she really managed the community well. So this is also who we are in our environment. We are also the VP, the vice president of our own little country, in our companies, in our families, and we use our leadership values in order to transform or to really change and improve the community's life and protect the community. Thank you so much, Magda, for sharing. If anyone else wants to share something about her, please, you feel free. If someone wants to take the mic and share something about her, I would love to give the floor to another person. Ladies, don't be shy. Wake up. Anyone wants to share something about her? No? You want me to stop the webinar? Nobody wants to share something about her with me? Mona, do you want to share something? I feel alone. I feel so lonely in the webinar. Is someone with me here? Thank you, Salamatu. Okay, Mona, let me unmute you. Just want to make Mona, let me unmute you. I don't know. Okay, Mona. Mona.
Hi, thank you. I really don't have that much other than what Magda has just described, but I think really what this lady has done during her her period as a prime minister has, I think, amazed us all as women. I think the very first for me, coming from Egypt, their very first incident, the way she handled these shootings that happened, I think it was last year, how she embraced it, her speeches, the way she embraced it, and the way she talked to her community and to the world. Maybe her speeches were one of the first or the very first speeches that wowed us all, as they say. I know she has done a lot during the COVID times. I think these maybe are, and of course her dealings with her community, and the way that I think we all found her, as much as she was very powerful, confident in managing these situations, as much as we felt that she was really down to earth with her community.
Thank you so much, Mona, for your input. I just wrote her name in the chat for those who didn't know her, and I invite you to really, what I like about her and her leadership, that she stays a woman. She was the first lady to bring her baby to meetings. She's really a woman, but also she has really embraced the crisis as who she is, with her authentic self as a woman. She didn't have that military style, because that's not who she is. She's just stayed very real in her way of handling the crisis. And she has been one of the best leaders in the world in handling the COVID, just by being herself, by putting the community in priority, and by really taking care of everybody and being authentic in her way she addressed the nation, and compassionate. And this is what she did when there was a terrorist attack on the Muslim in a mosque. She really showed that New Zealand was a whole nation. It's not Muslim here. She felt that she was also touched, and she was also attacked as a Muslim, as a New Zealander. If they attack a Muslim, a mosque, she felt attacked. So that woman is just amazing. The way she exercised her leadership just by being herself, just by staying herself, not trying to be taking other people's value or male's value, or showing up to be who she's not, but she is really impressive and empowering. I really like her. So thank you so much for this sharing. When I come to that, the sun, no matter what happens, the sun will keep on shining. There's a permanence of nature. The world will still be the same. The nature will still grow. Actually, the plants will grow, the trees will be here, the water, even though there's a climate change. The corona was very good for climate change. It has reversed some of the things, because we were all home, the planes were not flying. So we have to keep in mind that the love ecosystem we have around us is here to help us heal as a family, heal as a company, heal as a nation. Because whether we like it or not, we have been through a lot emotionally. I know some people said neutral, but it's not easy to go through that. The love ecosystem is very important. And what do I call the love ecosystem? It's family, gratitude, appreciation, and understanding them. Our colleagues, because all of us have had Zoom with our children in the back, all of us have been muting the thing without knowing that we were muting and talking. We have been patient with each other's, because it was the period of asking it, patience with our children, because it's not easy as a child to be locked at home. You cannot go to school. You cannot go and see your friends. You don't understand why you cannot go and see your friends. For little kids, it's not easy. So we have to nurture that love ecosystem and be givers of love. Be givers of love, give what we have. Takers of love also. Okay, I'm back. Am I back?
Yes, no.
Yes, 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 you are back.
Okay. So it's very important to see the people in our first ecosystem, which is our family, our children, if we have children, our husband, if we have husband, our mothers, if they're with us, our sisters, our brothers. Our family is very important in that love ecosystem. I have that woman who called me and she told me that she was hiding in the bathroom because her husband was stressing her. He wanted tea every minute. In fact, it was just stress because he couldn't go to the office, you know, and we have seen that this period has been very crucial for women. The high rise of gender-based violence, and many couples divorced, you know, because it was either you could stay together or you could not. So the love ecosystem is very important. I remember that in the first weeks and the first month, I was always fighting with one of my sons because I was not used to being with them 24/7. It was not very easy for all of us. Oh, okay. Thank you, Risol, for going. Okay, so it was very important for me to understand, okay, but I had to put myself in the place of my son, understand that he was just stressed because he could not go to school, he could not connect with his friends. He just had to stay at home and he could not go anywhere. Self-awareness of others. What is your level of awareness of others? Are we aware of what they're going through? Do we care about them in a way that we understand how they feel? Do we put ourselves in a position when we make the most of that love ecosystem in order to heal together? Because it has been very disruptive and painful period. I believe in gratitude, being grateful, counting our blessings. I give you an exercise. Put in the chat 3 things that you are grateful for. I will tell you mine. I'm grateful for my children's health. I'm grateful for health for myself. And I'm grateful for having my mother and my family. These are things that I'm very grateful for. Very, very grateful. Because we think life is granted. No, when we see what is going around us, we have to be practice gratitude on a daily basis and thank God for everything that we have. We have a roof over our heads. We can eat food as we want. We don't have existential problems. So we have to be very, very grateful on a day. And when we count our blessings, we shift from a certain stress to a certain positivity. It's very important. The self-awareness, know ourselves. Once we are grateful, we appreciate what we have. We appreciate who we are. And we realize that we have an inner sun. And that inside of us, we can either let the sun shine or let the darkness soar in. And what choices do we make? I choose to awaken my inner sun because I know that the sun outside will always shine. And I want my sun, as long as I'm on earth, I want my inner sun to shine around me, to brighten others, but also to enlighten myself. So it's very important to work on that gratitude and count our blessings. Mona said family, friends, and health. Elizabeth, I am alive, my family, and that God is in control and we have him. Family and friends. Yes, Clarice, my Clarice. It's very important to practice gratitude on a daily basis. Health, job opportunity, hiba, and family. So many people are going through so much hardships. We are even going through hardship. But in the middle of that hardship, there are little sunshines inside of us, but outside also in our family that we have to take into account and be grateful for. It's very important. Magda, grateful of who you are and your children and your health. Yes, very important. Awaken your inner sun. Let the sun shine inside of you. I'm going to ask you, the next poll is, do you understand others' feelings, other people's feelings? Do you make an effort to understand other people's feelings? Yes or no? Do you make an effort to understand other people's feelings? Yes, women, we do actually. Oh, sorry. We have 30 seconds left for the poll. 26 seconds. No, not 30. Yes. 22, 20 seconds left. No. Okay. So we have few seconds left for the vote. Some 13 voted. On the 13th vote, 92% say yes, 1% says no. It's not easy to understand other people's feelings, honestly speaking. I think it's not easy at all to understand other people's feelings. But we need to, in order to do that, we need to work. Before, sometimes I don't understand. Honestly, I was not understanding my son's feeling. And at some point, I just sat down and understand he was nervous, he was edgy, because he just couldn't have his life. He didn't have his life. The same way I was stressed, he also had the right to be stressed. So I had to put myself in his shoe and think, okay, I'm a young boy, I'm 17, I'm in last year of high school. Why am I stuck at home? I can't go out with my friends. I can't do things. I cannot go to school. I'm supposed to be finishing school. He couldn't even take the SAT because it was canceled to the exam for university. So how would I feel if I was 17 and there was COVID and I was stuck at home and I couldn't do anything? I would feel like him. So I believe it's very important, in order to understand other people's feelings, we just have to close our eyes and try to wear their shoes and understand their point of view, their perspective. Once we do that, we can feel the emotions that they're going through and understand what they're feeling. And this is very important, is empathy. Empathy matters a lot. Empathy matters a lot. As leaders, we need to understand other people's feelings. We need to put ourselves in their shoes. We need to know why they're behaving the way they're behaving. What if I was them? What if it was me in their place? If I had lost my job, or if I had lost my revenues? Not everybody can take the things the same way we do. Not everybody is you or me or someone else that can take things with philosophy and positivity. How would I do if I didn't know how to take things in a certain way? How would I feel? So empathy matters in leadership. As a community, compassionate, or transformational leader, or any leader that you have in these days, empathy is the key of our reset. Empathy is not, no, but it's just COVID. No, it's not just COVID. Some people lost their families. Some people lost their parents. Some people were sick for 2-3 weeks. I've heard of some people in the country, they lost their 16-year-old child from COVID. The 2 parents had it, and they didn't think that the child would die. So we need to practice empathy towards others, to try to put ourselves in their shoes and know that this is not just, it's just a flu. Okay, it's a flu, but some people are losing their family to that flu. Some people are losing their job to their flu. They're losing their everything to that flu. And they're losing their bearings. Okay, we think that it's easy to work from home. It's not easy. Working from home is not easy. It takes your brain, it takes your energy, it takes your time, sometimes I would be sitting in front of my computer and I would just remember that I have to go and cook for my children. Thank God my sons had to force to learn how to cook, and they started cooking. But it's not easy, and you cannot have people coming in and out to come and help you. So we have to practice empathy. It's very important to put ourselves, it's not easy at all. It is not easy at all. When you lose your job, And someone will come and talk to you and you say, oh, these people are overemphasizing, exaggerating coronavirus. No, they're not exaggerating. They lost their job. They lost their family. They have to work from at home. Imagine if you have a woman that lived with a very violent man. She was escaping home and to go to work, and now she's in the house. The man is very violent with her husband, and she's going through abuses, and she cannot do she doesn't have a choice. You know, there's so many things happening behind doors that we have to have a lot of empathy for each other. As a leader, when we are with people, stakeholders, people around us, our suppliers, our partners, our colleagues, we need to practice empathy. It is very, very important. I believe that empathy is very important. Exactly, Magda. Some people have no money, they don't know how to do. And we think, because I'm okay, not everybody is okay. The majority, the minority is okay, but not the majority. So it's once you practice empathy, you tend to understand and take care, not take care, but understand what are the needs of people around you, in your first circle, in your family, at work, your friends. You can have some friends who are going through very hard times, losing their job. They don't have any money. They don't have any revenue. They were not able to make the shift to turn around their business. Some businesses are very hard to shift. I mean, if you have a hotel, how can you change a hotel? If you're I have a cousin who has a hotel. He was telling me that I know that he has several hotels actually in different African countries. He was telling me that I know that my business is going to be hard till 2024. He's a big hotel owners, but imagine smaller hotel owners, people who have living from their small little home hotel in our countries where tourism is important, in Senegal, in Egypt. Imagine what is happening around us. I mean, I'm even emotional because I know it's not easy for them. So we need to understand the needs of people and our needs. And once we know people around us, of course, we're not going to understand everybody's needs and everything, but we need to understand that some things are happening around us. It's just us, but like I'm just reading, many hotels have fired their staff. I know a friend who is a chef cook in Senegal in a restaurant, and I was telling, oh, I'm going to come. He said, oh, but I won't be there because we're only coming part-time. They cannot pay us full-time. It's not easy. Your revenues are half, divided by half. So we need to understand the emotional needs of the people. It's not about giving money, but at least being there to understand the needs of others around us. Of course, not of the whole country, but at least the first people around us and our own needs. It's very important. Oh. And in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, there are many things. Breathing, the physiological needs, as in breathing, food, water, sex, sleep. And some people cannot face their physiological needs as of today because they don't have a job, they have to create, they don't know what to do. It's not very easy for them. Very, very, very easy. Not very easy at all for them. Safety is the first need we have right now. We have a serious need for safety. We need to wear our mask, make sure that our children wash their hands, make sure that our elders are protected, our parents are not exposed. I see all the parents of my friends here, they have to take their parents far away from the families that are moving, where there are too many people and everything. It is very, very, very complicated right now it is very complicated right now for them to face the fact that you may not be able to go and see your mother and father as you wanted to because you may expose them. We have antibodies that maybe they don't have. So it's very important to know what are the needs. My parents are elders. What are their needs? How can I protect them? What can I do to protect them? The needs of belonging and esteem, self-realization, okay, they're there. But really now, I believe that we have a real need for safety and we have a real need for self-esteem and confidence. I really believe that. This is what the needs that we are facing right now. Rasha, it's true. Very important what you're saying, that people think that empathy is a weakness in your character. It can be hard for you to face because I am very empathic, so you can cry, I'm always crying. People think, but it's okay, it's you. It's who you are. Just own it, if they can't stand it, that's them. But when you cater to other people's needs, you need to fulfill your own needs, because, you know, we women tend to, once we have identified other people's needs, I'm sure that we cook, everybody eats, and you just realize, oh my God, I forgot to eat. Please, when you cater to other people's needs, fulfill your own needs. Is very important. Cater to their needs while fulfilling our other people, my own needs. Is very, very, very important. Extremely important to fulfill my needs while I cater to other people's needs. And when I say other people's, it's my staff, my children, my colleagues, the people I work with. But I always, if my children, if I don't take care of myself, I will not be able to take care of my children. If I don't protect myself, if I don't rest, I won't be able to take care of my company. If I don't take care of myself, I won't be able to be even here with you to talk. So it's extremely important to cater to other people's needs while fulfilling my needs. Very important. And to do so, we need to really know what is your position as a leader now. And for that, you need to redefine your purpose. I'm not saying that you don't have a purpose, but it's important to redefine your purpose. I believe that my purpose has improved, and not improved, but has grown, has changed, not improved, because there's not one purpose is not better than the other one, but it has matured, it has changed from before. And I feel that I'm most driven towards people, and I think I have more to give. I have more to share with people. And my purpose is to make people feel who they are, redefine themselves, know who they are, and find a little twitch that will make them realize themselves and make them shine. I really believe that if all the women shine and know how to show up and shine, we will all shine collectively, and we will give strength to other women to shine. Because, you know, in our various cultures in Africa, women are always told to be backwards, back there, to be hidden. Don't show up. A woman should not be talking. A woman should not be seen on TV. A woman should not be doing that. But I believe that more than ever, it's time for us to be there at the front. Not to be just, you can be a leader, a CEO, but sometimes we just don't even say it. You can be on a board, you don't even share it. Even people around you don't know who you are and what you're doing. So it's important to reassess your purpose. I said redefine, but maybe reassess your purpose, and we call that the ikigai. Ikigai is reason for being. Your reason for being is a Japanese term, and we are going to work on the ikigai. And I'm going to ask you to yourself the right question to rewrite your story. Of course, I'm going to choose two persons that are just going to share with us. I'm going to give you a little bit of time. I know we don't have time. Time flies so much. Times it's flying. But I'm going to ask you to take a picture of that screen and think about that. We may not have time today to go through it, maybe, but I just want all of you to think about it throughout. And at the end of the session, I will ask one person to share their purpose. If you can share your purpose in the chat too, I would love that. So redefine your purpose, your ikigai. Ask yourself the right question. What do I really love doing? What is my expertise? I'm clear. I really love talking to people. I really love sharing positive things with people. I really love, I'm talking about myself, being with people and empowering women. What is my expertise? My expertise is, okay, my expertise in marketing. I was a sales and marketing director, and I'm a coach. I learned, and if I don't have that expertise, you can take that expertise, say, I would love to have that expertise to improve people's life, or to do better things, or to impact around me, or to better manage my staff, or to better lead my teams. What do I have to sell? When I say sell, it might not be goods, but sell as a person. What do I know that I can sell? And what does the world need right now? What does the world need? The world needs so many things. Right now, the world needs so many things that where do I fit into that? Where does my purpose fit after I answer to all those questions? So I hope you have taken a picture of the screen. I'm going to continue. See, time is flying, time is going so fast. I want you to take 5 minutes to reflect on these questions, and someone will share, maybe not now, later, I will come back to that. Have you taken a picture of the screen? this screen, please. And while I continue, I will ask you to reflect on this question. What do you love? What does the world need? What can you pay? What are you good at? What is your passion, your mission, your profession, your vocation? And find your purpose in one small, short sentence. I can tell you what my purpose is: empowering Africa. I believe that my purpose is to empower Africa through what I'm doing with you today, through what I'm doing with other people. And in my purpose, there are submissions. I empower women, I empower young, but I believe that my purpose is to empower Africa. So this is about empowerment. Empowerment as a leader, what is your purpose and how do you think you can empower? We are now going to talk about the acceptance of itself. You need to listen to yourself. What emotions did you go through? And this is, I love the kintsugi. Kintsugi is a Japanese art of repairing ceramics that are broken with gold threads. And those ceramics that are repaired with gold thread, it makes them stronger, and their scars, the scars make them beautiful. We call it kintsugi, the art of resilience, the art of healing. It's about listening to yourself. What did you feel during all those times? What are your traumas? What are your fears? What are your pains, your anguishes? Sometimes we don't face our fears. We don't face our traumas. I'm just going to share something very personal with you. I've lost my father when I was 4, and I can hardly face death. When I lose someone, I have a problem. I don't like going to the funeral. I don't want to face that pain. I don't want to face the loss. I'm just like that. But I'm trying to face it and accept it. I've lost a very close friend at the beginning of the end. If I tell you that till today, I was not able to go and visit her children. I speak to him, but I cannot go. I don't want to accept the fact that she's gone. And this is one of my traumas, some of my fears, and it pains me and it stresses me a lot. But I realize that this is what is happening, and I need to go through that and heal it somehow. And there's always something that we have deep down from our stories that we keep from our past, and we need to work on it and accept the emotions that they trigger in us. There are triggers that create emotion. When I talk about that, it's of course triggers some emotions in me. But also, you need to know, as you're like that ceramic. We may have been broken, and life is about being broken and repaired every day. That's life. But what are our hopes? What is our courage? We know we are courageous. What are your strengths that help you go through all that? What are the motivations that you have that help you go through all that? And feel those good emotions that help you really go through all this in life. I want you to reflect on your emotions. This is a picture that I want you to take too. Reflect on your emotions during that period. And how did you feel at first? As I told you, honestly, I was lost. I was in my pajamas. I was saying, I'm going to bed, I'm going to wake up. And when I wake up, the corona will be finished, and they will say that the airport is open, and I will go back with my life. And everything will be normal. That was me. And I know that was many of us. I'm not the only one. And after a month, I realized that this is it. I'm a human being, and I need to do with it. And how do I feel now? I feel like there's so many opportunities, there's so many beautiful things happening. Maybe that webinar would not have happened if there was not corona. I wouldn't have met you. I wouldn't have been here today. So however I felt is okay. There's no judgment. Just own your feelings. Don't judge yourself. Don't beat yourself up. It's okay to feel down. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel depressed. It's okay to even still feel stressed today. Just let that sink in. Reflect on your emotions and allow them. Welcome them. Process them. Because when you don't process your emotion now, they will come back later as a trauma, and they will be triggered by something. Just allow, if you want to cry, cry. If you want to be sad, be sad. Don't let the world tell you that you have to be strong by force. No. Allow yourself to feel sad, stressed, worried. It's your right, and it's human. We are human beings. We cannot be always asked to be just, okay, no, it's okay, I'm fine. It's okay, I'm fine. No, We're human beings. We cannot be, okay, fine. This is our culture. Women are always asked to be very strong. In fact, we are always asked to be very strong. You know, for the children, you have to stay. Her marriage is like that. You have to stay. You have children. Where are you going to go? No. Feel your emotions. And when you allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, you will be able to take decisions that will empower you and that will please you, not the society or other people. It's very important. So please think about it. And I would love one person to share with us later. So it's yours to build your resilience. Your resilience is complete your mourning from whatever hurt you, whatever traumatized you, whatever pained you. And it's a process. Allow yourself to heal from your wounds. And wounds leave scars, and you need to accept those scars. Once you accept your scars, you own them. Then they are part of you. They give you another face. You know, if I had a scar here, or if I have a scar here, it's part of me. I just own it. And it tells my story. So complete your mourning, because it's a process. I'm not saying that everybody has to be up and running. Even till today, we're still stressed. Before I started, a friend was calling me because I'm in Mali, and Mali is terrible with Corona. And they will tell you that, oh, Corona here is terrible. It's you have to be careful. And someone lost a stepfather, another person lost someone. It's very difficult. You have to heal from your wounds. Allow yourself to heal. Sometimes we don't, because we don't accept the pain. Then the scars, accept them. They're part of you. You have been broken, but you're awake. You're standing now. We have been emotionally broken. The new world, this whole thing has been disruptive for us. And please work on owning who you are. Even if you're bruised, that's the beautiful you. Kintsugi, the art of resilience and healing. In Japan, broken objects are often repaired with gold. The flow is seen as a unique piece of the object story, which adds to its beauty. Consider that when you feel broken. What hurts you blesses you. All beautiful things carry distinctions of imperfection. Your wounds and imperfections are your beauty. Like the broken pottery mended with gold, we are all kintsugi. Its philosophy and art state that breakage and mending are honest parts of a past which should not be hidden. Your wounds and healing are a part of your history, a part of who you are. Every beautiful thing is damaged. You are that beauty, and we all are. From Brian Michael, I love it. So this is how we build our resilience. So now we went to the reset process. Resilience, empathy, solidarity, empowerment, and transformation. We are ready to conquer the world. Ready to conquer the new world with all these. If we think the universe is meaningless, then our lives will just be as meaningless. If we think that the world is ours and the sun and the moon shine for us, there will be joy on the mountains and happiness in the field, because our inner artist will glorify creation. Helen Keller. I was talking about awakening our inner sun as leaders. We need to work deep on us. You know, I'm sure that you expected me to talk about that leadership. A leader must be doing that. A leader must be, but if we don't work on the inside, how can you, as a leader, really embrace things if we don't work on what you feel inside of you? So I believe it's time to reset for a fresh new start. Our life is ahead of us, a new journey fueled by the power of hope. And what would be your next steps? Your next steps would be to put your purpose in action, in motion, in a process, agile process. How are you going to do that? Which impact you're going to have? And the clarity of your vision. Your process is agile. It's going to move and transform. You're going to try something on leading with purpose. Think about how am I going to lead in purpose? Does the way I leading works with who I am, with my values? Which impact do I have? What is my vision? Where do I want to go and what do I want to accomplish? Your purpose, you have redefined it. You must move it in motion. I'm going to give you an exercise. We have done it. That's now that I want people to share with us. We're going to share now. Close your eyes and for a few minutes and visualize your life in 3 years and write your new purpose and vision. We're not going to write it. I'm going to let 2-3 people share from the various things that one person will share from the ikigai, one person can share their emotions, and one person can share what they have seen when they close their eyes. So I'm just going to give you a few minutes, let's say three minutes to think about it. And then we'll have some people that will come take the floor and share with us. So whoever is ready, let me know. I think Hassana is ready for me. Hassana, are you ready? I give you the let me react. Okay, please open your mic. Hello, Hassana, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
How is Senegal?
I'm fine, thank you. So we're ready for you.
Okay, really appreciate this your webinar. Because
thank you so much, my sister. Thank you.
Right now, if I could tell you, I lost a very close sister right now. When you're presenting this, it's like I'm reflecting on what is happening to me right now today.
Mm-hmm.
I just lost a cousin sister.
Oh,
we buried her. Truly.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I feel I have a lot of things ahead of me. Let me not allow it to weigh me down. I needed to attend to this webinar. In fact, I have to leave my home to my office right now. I'm in my office. I just came alone to sit down and listen to this so that I can improve on myself and the society. There's a woman that has she impacted a lot of lives to this rural woman. You know, I've been thinking on how I can forge ahead to continue where she has stopped in bringing up some women. That's the little thing I have to say.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Hassana, for sharing. It's very emotional. Thank you. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you. And sorry for your loss. Wow, that was deep. Anyone else? Thank you, Hassana.
Thank you.
Can we have someone else, please? Marie Clarisse is going to share with us. I'm just going to share someone by Marie Clarisse. Are you here? No, she's not here. Cynthia? Yusra? Okay, I'm going to continue. Anytime someone is ready to share. Oh, Marie Clarisse, yes. Okay, great. Super. I'm trying to unmute you. Marie Clarisse. Voilà. Okay.
It's okay?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon. And I think I can see myself in 3 years leading a lot of women, because now I'm working with a woman and I can see how she managed to lead other women, to lead some girls in her city, special city where we are coming from. I'm coming from the same city of her also. Sorry for my English. And it's important for me today to know how to lead my sisters. Not only, everything I learn is not only for me, but I have to share my experience to other girls, other women, to empower them to build the effort, to build what she can do to build their life. I think in 3 years, I will be in position to conduct some women, and maybe my activities will affect also the men. Why not?
Thank you so much, Marie-Clarisse, for that empowering sharing. Magda, yes. Thank you, Marie-Clarisse. Let me give the floor to Magda. Magda, I'm looking for you. Okay, you're here. Magda's iPhone. Yes, Magda, go ahead.
Hi again. Actually, in my life in 3 years, I wish if I can get more achievement in my work and gain and create my job as one line, or I mean as one track. Okay. And I wish also in my visualize in my life and 3 years also that I can get more achievements in my work, my output become more better than now, and I can motivate from my seat in work. I can get like a great model as a woman in front of the other ladies and the other men, that to push them to respect me according to my attitude and about and also what get out from my mouth, like word of mouth, you know.
Of course.
Also, my vision, I wish one day to create my own business, because this is a dream of me. And also at the business side, I wish to like can get money to my country safe from my work, and of course to see my country in a better future, and I am part of it, of that.
Thank you so much, Magda. That's a beautiful vision. Thank you so much. And that's very generous of you for sharing with us. I really appreciate. Thank you so much to those who shared with us. The Asana, Magda, really you have, it was Marie-Clarisse. Thank you so much. So this is about reinventing yourself. You know, that's all you said was your process of reinvention is very important. We must take that opportunity to reinvent ourselves as leaders and redefine. And what is the roadmap? The roadmap is to really support Made in Africa, and buy from local, from your country. Work on improving the value chain. Magda, you say you want to be part of the change in your country. Visit your country and your continent to network, because we have realized that, especially our countries who are touristic countries, if we don't visit our countries and empower the local hotels, and we need to, when it's possible, to really create value in our countries, value our continent in order to harness opportunities. Is very important. Visit our continent to network. This is a beautiful platform of networking. Meet other people. Make sure that you share your LinkedIn link on the chat so you can connect with each other. I really believe in networking. I believe it's very important. Shift the narrative and leverage about Africa. Being Africa is the best thing that has ever happened to me personally. I was lucky to work in Egyptian boss, to travel to Ethiopia, to South Africa, to Nigeria, to many African countries. And I believe that every African country is my country. And it's our us to shift the narrative that the people have about Africa. If they know about our stories, each of us, if they know who we are as leaders, if we are known and seen, then we will contribute to shifting the narrative of Africa. We need to leverage also the African Free Continental Trade Agreement, where we can do business with each other, share things together with all these new agreements that is really here to empower African trade and African interactive commerce. This is being woke. I am woke because I value what is African. I value what is in Africa. We are on a purely African webinar. I'm in Mali right now. I'm from Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, and you are from all over Africa, and this is just beautiful. You also need to work on our mindset. What is your mindset? Do you have a growth mindset or a fixed mindset? It's very important. Mindset is either a lock or it can flourish. If you can change your mindset, you can change the world, said William James. A fixed mindset avoid challenges, ignores the feedback, refuses to learn, is afraid of other people's successes, gives up easily, and avoid efforts, has a closed mind. A growth mindset accepts challenges as we are right now. We have been taken out of our comfort zone. We enjoy feedback when we have a growth mindset. This is what I could have done better. We're a lifelong learner and curious. This is why you're here. We take the inspiration from other people. We learn from others and we are inspired by others. We persist and try differently, and we have an open mind. Do you want to change the world? I believe that you can if you want. It's just a matter of mindset. Open your mind and you will change the world. Nurture positivity, positive energy, positive words and idea, and positive people. This is very important in your setting as a leader, to be surrounded and nurture positive energy yourself so that anything negative cannot break you easily. Positive words and ideas and positive people. People change when they realize their potential to change reality. That's what Paulo Coelho. When you have such a positive attitude towards life, you can see the beauty in the most unexpected places. It's a beautiful quote from Ajahn Brahm. Recharge your inner battery. We are always, I love saying that, we cannot pour from an empty cup. We have been low battery. You'll be at home doing this, you'll be coming back. It's time to get enough sleep. I don't sleep enough, I know, but it's time for all of us to get enough sleep. I'm a bad example, but believe me, I'm trying. Exercise. I'm not saying I should be a champion, but move. Meditation is very good. And have some time with yourself, me time, where you can be alone with yourself, not doing anything, not thinking about anything, not stressing yourself out, that mental charge that women have. Okay, I'm alone. Okay, my son must do that tomorrow. Oh, does he have enough of this? No, take some time, be selfish with yourself to recharge your inner battery. Recharge your inner battery. It's very important so that you can face the challenges. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself first. You build your energy. If you don't refill your battery, you won't have energy. I love that poetry, Phenomenal Women. Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman. Phenomenally phenomenal woman, that's me. We are all phenomenal women. Say it loud, I am a phenomenal woman. Write it. And what makes you a phenomenal woman? Is it your beauty, your brain, your confidence, your body, your generosity, love, happiness, resilience, or all of the above? When it comes to myself, I would say all of the above. And you, what makes you a phenomenal woman? Please answer in the chat, share with me. Mary said, in 3 years' time, I would want to put into practice what I learned by empowering women through income-generating activities. Thank you, Mary. Russia asked something, if we can have two, I know that Russia, you asked something about having two different purposes. You know, Russia, if you take all those purposes together, try and find out the one thing that's the intersection between them, and then you can divide that big purpose into sub-purposes. Magda say brain and generosity makes you phenomenal. Wow. Yona, all of the above. I love it. Rasha said all of the above. I love it, ladies. I love it. Keep on sharing what makes you a phenomenal woman, please. You are phenomenal. Say it to yourself, I am phenomenal. And it's time for action. You know, your purpose in motion, your purpose will not move alone. You have to move and to make it happen. And I believe in the law of pivot. Pivot is whatever purpose, new purpose you have for yourself, whatever improvement you want about yourself. I love what you said about wanting to empower women. All of you, I've read what Mary just said. You need to dare write stories, write articles on what you want to do, learn on what you want to do, train yourself, persist in what you want to do, visualize yourself doing what you want to do, be constant about what you want to do. Network, we are here, network. Be part of networks where you can learn from others and invest in yourself in trainings. When I aligned my certificate, I did many trainings during the coronavirus. I did a training in public speaking, helping people, training people to be public speakers. I did my emotional intelligence certification. I'm doing my ICF now. Upgrading my ICF coaching certification. So invest in yourself and focus on the process, not the destination. If you want to be there, when I will be there, no, you're already there because you're working towards there. So please focus on the process. This is the law of pivot for me. Pivoting is like, how do I shift from where I am to where I want to get? Very important. Just do it. That's the secret of the law of pivot. It's not about overthinking, it's about action. It won't be perfect at first, but just do what you can do with what you have and where you are. If you want to empower women, empower one woman to start with. You don't need to empower 20 to be efficient. Just do what you want to do from where you are with what you have. And rethink, reimagine, reinvent yourself and disrupt. It's time to disrupt and reinvent yourself totally. I love that quote, and I'm going to read it. It's almost the end of our webinar, unfortunately. She was so different from the young women we were married to. She wasn't shy and reserved like them. She wasn't submissive and self-effacing like them. She wasn't destined to be pious janitor of the home and the mother of children. And besides, she was not destined at all. She was independent and active. She seemed fearless and above all, not afraid of the truth, which she pursued like a valiant knight. She was so determined that she guided me when I hesitated and forced me to act when I became discouraged. This is a quote from a book from a writer, French writer called Eliette Abécassis. These are the women that we are. We are not destined to be. We are destined to be who we want to be. That's about, I love that reinvention thing. Unleash the authentic new you and reset your power. You are phenomenal, power as phenomenal, open mind, you are woke, you have energy, and you are reinvented. Find your balance, because as women, we have all these things that harmony, peace, family, authenticity, trust, social life, work, happiness, and serenity. It's important to find your balance. This is basically our almost last slide. And I'm going to ask you to take a picture and think about choose the 3 where you need to improve yourself. I would need to improve my social life. I need to improve my peace. I think so. I let too many people disturb my peace. And I need to improve, not family. Family, I needed to improve before, but Corona has forced me to improve it, which is good. So it's very important that you find your balance among all these things that as part of us. It's a balance. Nothing will be 100%, but we need to find a balance. Sometimes family will be more. Sometimes work will be more, sometimes social will be more. And when we realize, we just have to make sure that we balance it in order to be well with ourselves. Like I said, choose 3 areas where you need to focus and improve. And why I like Ikebana, because Ikebana, the balance of Ikebana is not about being symmetric. It's about being asymmetric. And finding balance is not having 50% of everything. It's having sometimes 70% of something, 30% of something else, 100 of something. Because in the traditional Ikebana things always have to be asymmetrical, because in this, they look more natural and balanced. Camille en haut. We are not symmetrical people. If you look at my eye here, and my eye here is not the same, my hand here, and we are not perfect person. Ikebana balance is asymmetrical, and we are asymmetrical. It's now time to make a commitment to yourself. I'm taking, and say loud, please, I'm taking over the world and fulfill my purpose as an enlightened leader. This is what I want you to say. This is what I want you to believe. This is who I want you to be. I'm taking over the world and fulfill my purpose as an enlightened leader. I'm taking over the world and fulfill my purpose as an enlightened leader. I really believe in the power of affirmation. I am taking over the world and fulfill my purpose as an enlightened leader. That was me. I'm Nabou Fall. This is my Twitter is @NabouFall, my LinkedIn Nabou Fall, my email, my WhatsApp. I'm a certified coach. I take people through transformational communication, personal branding, executive leadership, and performance, and I'm a facilitator. I want to thank you. I don't know if we have I would love to have few questions. I don't know, Shireen, can I have a few time for questions? And
yes, we can have like 2 more minutes if we have.
Thank you. Can we have, oh, Marie said, what makes me a phenomenal woman? Confidence, generosity, happiness, and resilience. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, Mona. I see what you said. Phenomenal woman because I'm strong, resilient. So any questions? The floor is yours. Anything you want to share, anything you want to say, anything you want to say and share with me, with us in the last 2 minutes that we have. I'm not taking, I talk too much.